Are you going to be setting up some bets for people, or is that later in the evening?
I will do that right now. Thank you for reminding me. Let me
Excellent.
just get to my moderation view here so I can go ahead and get that going. Let's start ourselves a prediction before we go here.
I gotta say, I know who my channel points are going to be on, but whew, really excited.
I have to stay neutral, even though one of these two players are technically my boss. We've got a prediction out, 60 seconds on the clock to get that in before we get started, folks. And then we'll get those ready ups from our players. It's a big wager here, and we have only one so far. Don Vigneault just dropped 4,000 channel points on Sarasparkle.
Oh man!
Holy cow! Nobody on Bidwell. It's everybody's bidding Sarah, nobody bidding Bidwell. So it'll be interesting to see here if somebody goes in with just a few channel points and comes out with all of them. And now we have Maine Coon Cat with the one wager on Bidwell, but 99.9% of the channel points right now going to Sarah as we get to our last few seconds here. 10 seconds left for these folks to get these wagers in. Over 17,000 points on the line right now. And the payout odds for Maine Coon Cat with his 40 points are a 446 time payout. And then he's going to go
luck
use
to you,
all
Maine
those
Coon
channel
Cat.
points on GameStop stock. So anyways, our time is up. So we're just waiting on readies from players. We have a ready from Chris. We are just waiting on a ready from. We have a ready from Sarah. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and they will be off.
And so they are playing levels 6 to 9 in round 1. And
correct.
We're looking at under 7 minutes are great times. Sarah does have the hot time with, I think, a 6:02, hottest time this year.
Yeah, and we're waiting for somebody to get to that sub 5. As Bidwell's already started about. Oh, okay. It looks like we finally got Sarah's feed. Looks like we had a bit of a hang up. And these players about 6 seconds apart. Bidwell with the early lead here. Taking a look. He's 30 seconds in and already down to single digits almost.
Yeah, RNG was really favorable for him. He was just setting up some good combos that were quite simple but effective. Sarah's got a little stuff on her top line. She's got those horizontal blues. Don't know if she's going to try to take them out horizontally, though.
That's probably going to be the biggest pain point for her on this level 6 is just that top center. It seems like the ideal thing would be to go for the blue virus vertically on the right, and then hopefully combo down and get the blue and the red without much falling to the bottom. Bidwell already out at right around a minute. Wow. Already blazing through here. Remember, folks, this is a best of 3 match. So, you got to win twice to get through. But Bidwell already off to a blazing start. 27 viruses to go. Sarah out at about a minute 23.
Currently, Bidwell's got a lot of blue on his top line, so he's going to have to deal with that. His about 105 time, spectacular for level 6. Just fantastic. So. Sarah's got some diversity on the top of her board, so that's looking pretty good.
20 viruses to go to 19, but remember, Bidwell a little bit started first, or rather, Sarah started first, Bidwell started second, and Bidwell's now running into the problems in the center of his board, a blue top line, and just getting absolutely unhelpful pieces as he's just trying to get out of the situation. That first column is going to be, I think, the biggest problem for Chris as he's trying to get through here.
Yeah, Sarasparkle has a little bit going on with her left-hand column as well, her column 1, because she's just got a line straight down, so she's got to dig into that. But, yeah.
Bidwell optimally looking for a red-yellow That'll completely wipe out column 1, and there it is. Boom, 8 viruses to go as we hit the 2.5 minute mark. 6 viruses to go for both players. A bit of a scattered board for Sarah, but also a bit cleaner of a board, Savage.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, she's going to have to take some drop time from that column 1. Actually, not anymore with that double yellow, but so she's in pretty good shape now.
And Bidwell's biggest pain point is that blue over in column 7, although he has cleared the garbage off of it. Sarah's going to be out at 3
Sarah's
flat.
out. Yeah. That's great. She's got a healthy looking board to start here.
Good board, not a lot of opportunities for doubles, and it appears most of the stuff's on the top half of the board, so drop time is going to be a factor. Bidwell left 7 right at around the 308, 310 mark as these players on the penultimate level in this first of a best of 3.
Yeah, so Sarah's got to take a little drop time with that red-blue. I know that she does not love drop time, but based on the top line of her board, she's going to have to take some. Yep, and she drops that red-yellow for the combo.
And for those at home, if you're wondering about drop time, it is 1/4 of a second per row. So if something falls 8 rows, that's 2 seconds off the clock. That's 2 seconds you're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Sarah recently missed an opportunity for horizontals with those 2 blues there, but I think she's trying to make it up.
I think she might be holding out possibly for a double blue to get everything down, because that'll also help the yellow. Looks like she's gone ahead and elected to clear one of those yellows out vertically. It does look like the game plan is to get the double reds. And actually, Sarah had an opportunity for a quad, could have cleared the blues horizontally, dropped the red pill fragment to get those other reds. But a lightning bolt there for her, as our chat, I'm sure, will be all over that.
Meanwhile, Bidwell looks like he's setting up to drop that blue with a horizontal red combo. That'll be his best move, I think. And he's going to get it.
I like that tuck play. Holding out maybe for that red-yellow to help, but no, he's out at 441. These two going into level 9 on your stream at the same time, but the lead is technically to Bidwell by mere seconds.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sarah's got a good opening board. There's a lot of capacity for doubles here. She gets a double blue. There's another double blue. Yeah, she's working
a lot of capacity. And the same is for Bidwell, but mostly it's stuff that's going to involve the top of his board rather than the bottom. Ooh, that might have been a bit of a misplay.
Yeah.
That double blue. We'll see what happens. Bidwell does have an opportunity to get a vertical quad, and perhaps maybe that's the road he's taking. He's gone for a horizontal clear, and now looks to be addressing the garbage situation. As we hit the 5.5 minute mark, it's a slight lead to Chris Bidwell.
Mm-hmm. Sarah's got a little trouble with blues. She doesn't have a ton of place to put them, but she's doing okay dropping that combo.
And Bidwell now running into the only yellows he has access to as he does get that vertical quad. He's down to 11 here on the final level. No yellows really on his top line. He has freed one of them. Now he's freed both of them, but that was looking pretty dicey. Sarah's board's clean, but she's got to make up some ground. I think trying to attempt anything above row 2 or 3 of the horizontal is not going to work for her right now.
Yeah, but hopefully she can get a double red blitz. We would love that. Often in this game, lots of double reds will be followed by a red yellow.
It looks like Bidwell's going to be out at 6:16 though, and Sarah out at 6:24.
Oh,
wow!
Those are great times. Wow, fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. So Chris Bidwell, the 9 seed, is now up 1-0 over the 8 seed. Hopefully the upsets don't get as wild as the NCAA tournament, but we may have our first upset in our first match here. But Chris has to put away one more W to secure a spot in round 2. Meanwhile, Sarah, just by a handful of seconds, managed to get out of 9, but not enough time as we go to game 2 and our players reset.
Yeah, both players being under 630, that is a fantastic game.
And Maine Coon Cat pointing out, yes, these two had the same qualifying score. In fact, I know you probably have quicker access to the stat sheet as I'm currently vamping to get to it, but Sarah holds the 8 seed by about 30 seconds over Chris Bidwell.
Yeah, that's correct. We had 2 ties in our brackets, and they're the first to play. So they're just in this tight cluster of people. Seeds 5 through 10, there's barely a difference between them.
We have readies from both players. Just to quickly explain how tiebreakers work is each player qualifies. They have a 30-minute run. They start from level 0 and just get through the game as quickly as possible on whatever speed they like. If there's a tie in players and total viruses cleared, we see who got to the final level first. That breaks the tie.
All right, so they are off.
And Bidwell with a very blue-heavy top line.
And Sarah's got this very separated board. It's like a lot of 2-sided stuff and not a lot in the center.
Not a lot of 1-pill clears, not a lot of 0-drop clears, which are it eats just enough time. I mean, a quarter of a second is a whole lot more time than you think in this game. But Sarah's really setting up on her next steps. But now she's kind of in a situation where there's not a lot of yellow for her.
Yeah, so she looked like she was working hard to chop down both her far left and far right column. And so that seems to be a good move, but she's got these blues high at the top that she's either going to have to clear horizontally or take some serious drop time.
And Bidwell was having problems with his left side, but he's now come back and gotten some spectacular RNG. It's a very blue-heavy board, in fact, almost exclusively blue. But at the minute mark, it's a slight advantage to Sarah, but Sarah's got stuff that's just way high up, and as we're going to see, that's a couple of seconds where there's nothing for her to do.
She takes the horizontal red, so... I lost her for a second, but she just needs those blues, and she's out at 129.
Sarah out at 129. Bidwell in a good situation to get out, though. He's going to be out just a few seconds behind. Looks to be about a 4.5, 5 second difference. And Sarah with
for Sarah.
Big miss drop in column 3. We'll see her work around that. And getting that garbage cleared out early on is incredibly critical.
So Bidwell's got a lot of red currently on his board. He just dropped a little bit of garbage there, but I think he's going to use it to clear out some more blue garbage. He's got that blue garbage clear.
Sarah's cleared half of that misplay, but has dropped the other mistake down a little bit so she can work on getting that top line down. It's very, very close as Bidwell with another big double clear, and there's again not a lot of blue on not a lot of blue access for Bidwell as he's forced to drop some garbage down just to keep that top line honest.
Yes, and Sarah's got to drop some yellow to get on top of that red in the last column. And yeah, now yellow is... There's not a lot of yellow on Bidwell's board. Still a ton of red.
But it's still neck and neck here as Bidwell really just trying to induce drop plays just to get something going. And that's sometimes the strategy you've got to take. If you got to take what RNG gives you.
Meanwhile, Sarah's got this thing on this little spire on column 2, and she's got to figure out a way to deal with it. I think drop time will be involved.
If I'm Sarah here, I'm going to start thinking about clearing those viruses underneath. It's going to be quicker to do that than try to make that garbage drop down, because unless you're getting consecutive double reds, something's going to have to fall to the right. That's going to take time. And as we're seeing here, Sarah's going to tuck 2 blues into that last column and be out with a pretty sizable lead. One of the bigger leads we've seen so far is that's a nightmare board if I'm Chris Bidwell. Four red viruses scattered all over the place.
Yes, he cannot combo his way out of this one. He just needs to power through with the reds.
And if I'm Bidwell, I'm building a spire. I'm building it possibly to the right. No. I maybe would have jutted something out, but that double red means no drop pieces at all. So meanwhile, Sarah with a great combo puts her down to 28 as we eclipse 4 minutes.
Yeah, she's got a good start to her board. Some nice combos. Not a lot of place to put blue now, but she's got a nice, comfortable lead. She can work on that. And then she can use those blues elsewhere. Oh!
I think that was a misdrop, but Bidwell looks to have corrected it to make a bit of a drop play. It does keep some color diversity up as his yellow axis is lacking with the misplays. So finding something to do with those yellows he dropped on accident. Good call there, and it seems like he's cleaning up pretty well.
Sarah just got a nice horizontal blue. There's not a lot of place to put blue right now, but her board is nice and tight, and she'll be able to clear to the bottom and have that open.
And I think the call, Sarah dropped that red-blue into row 2. I think the call there might have been to try to horizontally go for that last blue, and maybe she didn't get the flip. That would be the only reason I think that would happen. But it does look like she's got herself set up. She's going for the red first. Oh, no, she's not. Okay.
Yeah, so red isn't... Oh, she sort of blocked that off, but she has some space to clear that. Oh, now she's going vertical with it to set up for the horizontal yellow.
And she's out at 529.
Nice. Bidwell, meanwhile, is a little locked up in his last 2 columns. You know, he's got to deal with that yellow on top of the blue. Hopefully he goes in between these reds. I think he's going for it.
I would say that the red clear is the play to make there. I maybe even would consider tucking a blue piece underneath, but I guess not now that drop time is a factor. And tucking blue underneath, but Sarah has a pretty strong lead going into the last level. Sarah's got 33 to go. And that's an 8 virus advantage here as we eclipse 6 minutes here in this second game of 3.
She just had a nice horizontal combo. Ooh, that was a big one. That looked great.
Good combo, cleared out the garbage, got some viruses off the board. Bidwell seems to be struggling, and his board, Savage, is really, really strange. And it's scattered everywhere, but once you get down to rows 4 to the bottom, everything's packed so tightly.
And everything is yellow-blue packed so tightly.
Yeah, it's going to come down to RNG when he gets there. Meanwhile, Sarah has everything packed pretty tightly together overall. Nothing below row 2 as far as viruses go. So maybe a bit of a drop time pain point, but nothing that she'll really be too worried about.
And maybe she can use it to set up some good horizontals as well from the bottom. But yeah, so she was hung up on a while for red-blue was sort of the main thing, and it looks like she's going to end up with some yellow, quite a bit of yellow-blue to work with at the end.
And I like that play to get the yellow horizontally. She is locked out of that other yellow axis for right now, but that horizontal clear makes everything look nice and tight, as it looks like Sarasparkle will be taking this second game. Just needs one more red, and there it is at a 727. A big win for Sarah. Ties it up at 1.
GG's, Sarah. And let's see. Is Bidwell going to finish it out, or is he... Oh, he's seen that he is done. So we're going to get ready for game 3. And Swang pointing out in the chat that Sarah is 2-0 with reverse sweeps this year.
That is a great stat. And that means in elimination situations, Sarah's very, very good. We'll see what happens here as Bidwell hydration is important.
And let's point out that Sarah did not make the main bracket last month, but she got in because someone was out, and then she made it to round 2. So
right,
she's pretty strong.
She took on Swang last month, and in a pretty epic match, and then did not make it past round 2. So here we go. Bidwell versus Sarasparkle. There is no game 4. Bidwell trying not to hit his head on the ceiling.
Playing concussed would be a pretty bad idea, JB.
As somebody who's had 2 of them, that is correct.
Sarah with this yellow-blue top line in level 6.
Very rough top line. But Bidwell already starting with a misplay down in row number 3. It's nothing too major, and it looks like he's slowly working on it, but he has pretty good access to everything else, and I do like this combo. Getting everything dropped down, and that double play puts him within a shout right now, but that garbage in row 2 gonna slow him down just a touch.
And Sarah's got a little bit of a horizontal yellow situation on the right side of her board. She's just dropping a nice combo there. Yeah, so she's got a completely split board, nothing in the middle, and she just cleared sort of her bottom 2 viruses, so everything's pretty much up high.
Everything's hugging the walls here, so that's going to be a challenge for Sarah. But I do like how she addressed the situation on the left side. Now slowly starting to work on that right side.
Speaking of right side, that's what Bidwell's working on right now, and he's just basically cleared out most of his right side in just a couple of hills. So that was a really nice sequence for him.
And Bidwell going to tie it up with that triple clear, as he's got open access to everything. I don't know about that double yellow, but it looks like he was able to do what he wanted to do. These double blues are huge. Sarah out at 128, Bidwell out at 127. Wow! So a 1 second lead for Chris Bidwell as we go into our last level 7 of this match. These two neck and neck. It's going to come down to the last level.
And Bidwell has really very little place to put yellow right now, unless he sort of goes towards the bottom. But he can use it for some garbage. Mostly he just needs blue on that top.
He is getting creative with those yellows, and as you see, some tuck plays, and now he's forcing garbage down. But I think that's the right call. Just really trying to get that board all scattered, and really that lower half of the board is almost best for horizontal plays. So a little garbage on top isn't that painful.
Mm-hmm. Sarah had a nice L play a little while back. It looks like she might be trying for, a nice horizontal with the reds.
And Bidwell making a big misplay in column 8. We'll have to see what he does to work around that. The optimal idea might be to go underneath, but we'll see what he does here as we eclipse the 2.5 minute mark here in this game 3.
Sarah's board is a little mixed up right now. She's got lots of colors on top of the different colored viruses. She's got to address those things. Looks like she's going horizontal with some yellows. Just clears out some blues vertically.
Meanwhile,
and she's got it horizontally. Nice combo.
And that's going to give Sarah a 5 virus lead here as we get into the last part of this. But both players really in a problematic situation with a lot of stuff buried. Sarah seems to be working on it, but that right side, the left side seems to be giving her a lot of trouble. Bidwell down to 5, Sarah down to 4. Now it's 4-4. But Bidwell's problem is going to be the 2 viruses on his right side. Meanwhile, Sarah's wide open now with that clear of that red and 2.
Yeah, she looked like she was in deep trouble, and then she just got the pills she needs. All she needs are 3 more reds. She's got 1 already.
Bidwell now down to 2. Sarah out at 3:37. Let's see what time Bidwell gets out. Bidwell is at 3:37. And we'll be out with
3:41.
So still very, very close here. Anybody's game as both players off to a roaring start here on level 8. Bidwell taking a slight virus lead.
Yeah, no surprise there because Sarah doesn't have a lot of place to put yellow, and she sort of had these little one block gaps in between some of her pills, which were between some of her viruses, which was tough.
And a quad cross from Bidwell puts him down to 20. His pain point now is that right side. It's starting to stack up, but that double blue going to whittle things down a little bit. But an almost exclusive yellow top line for Bidwell and yellow access a challenge for Sarah right now as we are at 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, so she's basically got no place to put blue now. So it's just crazy how much this game can flip on you in just a couple of pills.
Bidwell now starting to focus that right side here. It's 14-10 as Bidwell opening the board up here.
Maine Coon Cat asked in the chat, what if they are tied? Has that ever happened? Is that possible?
We have never had a tie in a game, and the rules for that are the players will play level 10 sudden death. Whoever clears in the quickest amount of time wins. And if they tie again, we'll go to level 11. It's by whole seconds. But Bidwell right now about to be out here at 5 minutes and 20 seconds with a pause buffer. He's going hype. Sarah down to 5 viruses in a really sticky situation, Savage.
Yeah, she's locked up right now. She has the possibility to drop and get the horizontal on the red. She's doing it. But that still means that yellow in the corner is pretty locked up.
And meanwhile, Bidwell almost with an exclusively yellow top line as he's trying to clear things out. I like this drop combo. Sarah's got that last yellow virus open at about the 6-minute mark, but Bidwell really running away with this octagon.
Yeah, he is. But I think that his right side might give him some trouble. It's all really tight, and he's not really getting the red-yellow he needs yet. Now, Sarah's into level 9, about 6-10, I think.
And is about a dozen viruses off the lead. It's an almost exclusively yellow top line right now. There's a tuck play on a red, but right now it's a challenge for Bidwell. That double yellow sent from heaven above, and he's got a little bit better board upkeep as we hit 6.5 minutes.
Meanwhile, Sarah needs a lot of blues. She got a good one, and hopefully she's got a little blue-yellow blitz coming her way.
And a good drill drop there. That's 12 viruses to go for Bidwell.
Sweet tea from Sarah. Sweet tea.
Sarah very close. Sarah really just needs to break through here. A few more clears will do it as Sarah eclipses 7 minutes. But Bidwell's just getting incredibly favorable RNG as he's now down to 6 viruses, now down to 5, and now has that opportunity for a tuck double if he wants it. And he is going to play a combo. I like this play. Smart play. And now he can do whatever he wants with that double blue because he is going to round 2 at a 7:21 with Chris Bidwell upsetting Sarasparkle in the first round. And Maine Coon Cat in chat is about to be a thousandaire as far as channel points go. Chris Bidwell upset Sarasparkle 2-1. The reverse sweep not possible, and Chris Bidwell is done with his job for the night. He'll be facing the winner of Leviticus versus Don Vignour, which we'll have in just a little bit.
GG's Sarah, GG's Bidwell.
Let's pay out our chatters, and let's get that bracket updated as we go into our next matchup, which I believe Benji will show us on our screen.